Konnichiwa everyone, welcome to Late Night Japan with Steph, Mike, and Tate, three Japanese guys with rich overseas experiences living in Japan. In this podcast, we share real-life stories, the highs and lows, and the quirks of living in Japan. If you're curious about Japanese culture and what life here is really like, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. So, today's topic is the good parts of corporate life in Japan. We tend to focus on the negatives, but today we're gonna be positive and give our opinions on it. So, Mike, do you want to start off?
All right. So just to clarify, so when we mean corporate life in Japan, we mean working at a Japanese company in Japan.
Yes.
And so all three of us, we all work at major Japanese corporations. And I guess one of the good things I would say is, let me think, our job stability, I would say. Japan has very strict laws so it makes it hard for companies to fire their employees, just based off performance. So there is that job security where you won't be fired as easy as compared if you worked at American companies. So I guess that is a big benefit, depending on the person. But the downside to that is also the pay is a little lower. So it depends on what you value. But for people, that could be a benefit. Just having the job security and knowing, I guess that will also lead to less stress. So depending on the person, that could be a plus.
Japanese people work for the same company for 40 years, right? They don't really change jobs.
That is true.
Yeah. Regardless of your performance, I mean, you get paid. You don't get fired. So yeah, job security wise, Japanese corporate is pretty good.
But I read somewhere in the States, people switch jobs on average 3 times in their life.
Yeah.
So compared to that, Japan, it's really common you just stay at one company for your whole professional life, which is kind of crazy. Maybe
40 years.
It's hard to comprehend if you live overseas, but that is the norm in Japan.
Do you guys see yourself doing that?
I mean, nah, probably not.
Actually, I don't know, because my dad was a corporate man, and he worked in the same company for I think 35 years. So,
Wow.
And he climbed the ladder too.
yeah, he did. Thanks, Papa.
All right.
Yeah. So for me, wait, you were gonna say something, Steph?
No. Go on, Mike.
Oh, I was gonna say, for me, my parents didn't stay at the same company for their whole lives, so I guess growing up in that environment, I'm more open to switching jobs and not staying at the same company. But we'll see how it goes. We'll come back to this episode in the next 10 years, I guess.
Yeah, we've only been working 2-3 years, so we can't imagine 40 years what's gonna happen to us.
Life is long.
Life is
long.
Life is long.
All right, Tate, do you have any benefits about Japanese corporate?
Well, I was gonna talk about benefits like housing allowance and a discount, union discount. Yeah, regarding our low payment or low wage, I feel like these benefits make up for our low payment.
Okay.
We'll come back to that.
Is it enough?
I mean, it's let's say, for example, housing allowance, let's say in Tokyo, you have to pay 100k yen for 1k room. It depends on which company you're employed, but I think about 70% is covered by housing allowance. So yeah, I think that really helps.
That's big.
Yeah, I think that's really big.
I feel like it's normal for big corporations. So yeah, I would agree with you. That is big.
Yeah, but keep in mind, not all Japanese companies have that.
That's true.
We're lucky to have some housing allowances. Was that it?
Yeah, we are.
Allowance, yeah.
We are very fortunate.
Yes.
And you can buy like cheaper Disneyland tickets.
That's just one example. So if you don't like Disneyland, it's okay. But
I wish they give us higher pay instead of Disneyland tickets, but
so benefits is the good thing about corporate. That's it.
you also like it's easier to take out loans. I feel like if you work for a big Japanese company in Japan, banks will give you money at a very low interest rate, like very low, especially for mortgages. And like for my company, we also have like system. I haven't looked quite into it, but when you buy a house, like they'll help you with your mortgage. So if you just look at the pay, it's significantly less compared to, I would say, foreign companies. But like I said, if you add in those benefits and look at it as a total compensation, it happens to be more than just the salary.
What did you call me? What? Yeah. Call me by your name. Call me by my name.
I didn't notice. So, if I had to add one more thing in, I guess it'd be relationships within the company, within other employees. Especially Japanese company, there's a lot of people, loyal people to the company who've been working in the same environment. So you get to have a long relationship with one another and build, I guess, meaningful connections inside work and outside work. So, they're going to be your lifelong companions. And it might be a plus for some people, having lifelong friends until you're 60 and you're tired. So, if I had to add one thing, that would be it.
I agree with that, because I feel like, I could be totally wrong, but I feel like companies overseas, especially in the United States, people are more dry when it comes to relationships with their employees. Like they're just co-workers and that's it, nothing more. Whereas I'm still in my second year at my company, but I feel like I'm really close with my coworkers. And there's always events like barbecues and things to do, which is nice. Like you don't have to go. Like I don't go all the time, but it's nice to have that option and that kind of community there.
I guess we have similar values because we're the same company.
Yeah, they hire people who fit the company probably.
Yeah.
We probably have similar backgrounds, similar way of thinking.
Yeah, easier to get along.
Yeah. All right, so in conclusion, the good parts, the good aspects of working in a Japanese corporate company are, our opinions are the benefits, job stability, and the meaningful connections that we can build within the environment. So yeah, that's it for today's episode. Thank you guys for listening. Please like, subscribe, and comment if you guys want to hear any other things about Japan. And yes, we'll see you next week. Sayonara.
Adios.
I was gonna say adios.